after your bachelor's degree. So I've been told that most of the people over here are bachelor students. So I've done my bachelor's from SRM University. Then I wanted to do my higher education as well. So I went to the University of Glasgow, UK. And after doing that, I wanted to come back and then I wanted to apply into the industry. So again, you've got multiple options. One option is you can go into the industry. The other option is you can continue on the academic path. So again, you'll have the PhD options. You've got fellowships that you can continue after your master's degree. But again, a master's is not a requirement to enter into the industry. However, there are some limitations when it comes to entering into the biopharma industry because you'll all know that it is a very regulated industry. So what happens over here is when you go for a position in the industry, they want you to have a little bit of knowledge about all the things that happen around. So all the regulations that are being followed, all the rules, all the policies that are being followed on a day-to-day basis in the industry. So that is what Biocon Academy is trying to do over here. Biocon Academy is trying to train students, fresh students, so that they'll be qualified enough to go into the industry and work on a day-to-day basis. So before we can talk about Biocon Academy and the courses that they offer, I just wanted to touch upon all the departments that are there in the biopharmaceutical industry. So as you all know, this is the R&D sector, which is something that everybody is going to be familiar with. So whenever there's a new disease or a malady that comes up, companies want to research those diseases and develop new molecules. So that's basically the job of the R&D sector. So once the R&D sector comes up with molecules, you'd go for clinical trials. You'll have the phase 1 to phase 3 clinical trials. You'll also have preclinical trials to just make sure that your drug is safe. It has a high quality experience, and then you also want to make sure that it is effective for that particular disease. So once you are sure that your molecule is effective, it is safe in human beings, it has high quality, then it goes on to the next department, which is the regulatory affairs. Now, this is a very important department because these guys are the ones who will be getting you licenses for producing your drugs in a certain country, for making sure that you can sell your drugs in that particular country. So without the regulatory affairs department, you won't be able to do anything, even though you have a really good product. So this is a cross-functional team which is responsible to talk between the regulatory bodies, and also it contacts all the companies, all the teams within the company to make sure that all the specifications are being followed and the drug, whenever it is being produced, will be able to go ahead into the market and it can be sold in the market. So once you have your license for production, you would then go for the next department, which is the production department. Now, majorly, you've got three different parts in the production department. You've got the upstream, which are responsible for making your particular proteins. You have the downstream team, which is responsible for purification of those proteins. And finally, you have the formulation team, which will make it into a product that can be sold in the market. So it will be in a vial, made into a vial, and something that can be easily marketed, and you can generate revenue out of those things. So as I've already said, the biopharmaceutical industry is a very regulated industry. So basically, what I meant about that is you have a lot of regulations over there, and you have a lot of focus on quality. So you cannot just go ahead and sell everything you produce. You need to make sure that whatever specifications that your product is supposed to have, each and every product is going to hit those specifications. And that is where the quality assurance team comes in. So the quality assurance team has a lot of responsibilities from training employees, validations, qualifications, and then it also goes to make sure that all the specifications are met. If not, it is responsible for investigations. It is supposed to come up with corrective and preventive actions so that even though this particular batch is being discarded, the next batches can uh, be within the specifications. So it is a very important department, and these guys are the ones who will be responsible for releasing your proteins or the drugs that you create into the market. So they will again the quality assurance team is being supplemented by two other teams, which is the quality control team. So again, you've got this team divided into two parts. The first is the quality control analytical team. So basically, what these guys do is they make sure that so basically, the quality control team is responsible for all the uh, regular testing of your products, of your facilities, of your raw materials, of your end product. So quality control analytical is mostly responsible for checking the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of your product. Whereas the microbiological team will work on making sure that whatever the microbial load is there in your facility, in the raw materials and the products that you're making, is within the specification that has been approved by the regulatory affairs team. So again, so in the end, if all the specifications are met, the quality assurance team is going to make sure that the particular batch of drugs goes to the next stage, which will be the business development stage. So in this stage, it is all about marketing and sales. But again, business development in the biopharma sector is not all non-technical. You need to have a lot of technical knowledge as well to make sure that you know what a disease you're targeting, what markets you're targeting, and how you can more effectively target those particular markets. So it is also, you can call it a semi-technical field where you do have numbers, you do have all the marketing and business side of it, but you also need to be a bit good in the technical side as well. So those were all the departments. Those were the major departments that operate in the biopharmaceutical industry. You also have other departments, but now that we have seen those major departments, we'll go on to the programs that are being offered by Biocon Academy. So for freshers, Biocon Academy is offering four major courses. You have the Biosciences program, which is the flagship program for Biocon Academy. So basically, in this program, it is an 18-week program that is being offered by Keck Graduate Institute in California. And in this program, you will be touching upon everything, like all the 7 departments that we had earlier. So you'll be touching on all these 7 departments because you'll have courses on production, you'll have courses on R&D, you'll have a lot of detail about quality, you'll be learning about regulatory affairs. So it has a very wide scope, and if you go through this particular program, you can apply for various different roles in the biopharmaceutical industry. The other programs that you have are more specialized. For example, if you look at the clinical development program, it is again a 16-week program which is offered by Keck Graduate Institute in California. But in this program, you'll be learning more about biostatistics, you'll be learning about PKPD studies, you'll be learning about the planning of clinical trials and also pharmacovigilance studies. So this will be more based on the clinical trial phases, and it will train you to apply for companies which target and whose market is based on clinical trials. The other program you have is the Applied Industrial Microbiology course. So this course is mostly based on the QC microbiology department. But again, some of my friends who have actually gone through this course have also gotten roles in production and R&D. So it all again depends on how you use the material that you're going to get through this course. And this course will be offered by BITS Pilani. It is an 8-week course. And the final course is Quality Control Analytical. So again, this will be mostly for people who have an interest in Quality Control Analytical department, as well as the Quality Assurance department. However, there is a requirement that you need to have a master's in either chemistry or biochemistry for this particular program. And this program will be offered by Ramaiah College. It is an 8-week program. So this is the general structure that is going to be followed in all the different programs that we have just seen. However, based on the different programs, you'll have different plans. For example, if you look at the online coursework, the subjects are going to be different. The university that is going to offer the courses is going to be different. For example, biosciences and clinical development is done by KGI, which is in California. After this, so you have a multimodal approach of teaching in this particular program. So it's not just all online coursework that you'll be doing. You'll also be doing facility visits. So as part of the facility visits, what happens over here is in the bioscience program, we went to 6 different facilities. We had a chance to talk to the SMEs, the subject matter experts in those particular facilities. And so basically, this was just done so as to help us get a better insight into what each of these facilities do. And per facility, I believe you'll be going for 6 days, and it will be done on a rotation basis. So first you'll be going into one facility like production, then R&D, then quality control, quality assurance, regulatory, and like that is how it will be done. You also have soft skill training over here. So basically, this is all about making sure that you have the right amount of skills to operate in a corporate society, a corporate structure. So that is what they'll be doing in the soft skill training. They'll be making sure that you have good presentation skills, you know the etiquettes of writing emails, and so on. The most important thing that I found really interesting was that you get to hear from guest speakers. So these speakers are going to be the leaders in their respective fields. So, like we had Ms. Christian Hamisher, who is the CEO of Biocon Biologics. We also had Dr. Narendra Chilmule, we had Dr. Arun Chandavarkar, and so on. So we had lots of notable speakers who came in, who told us about what they expect of newcomers, what we can expect as as freshers from the industry, and so on. As part of the program, you're gonna also going to have an industry-based training. So in the bioscience program, we had 2 weeks. The first week was in a company called Biozine, where we were trained to hands-on operate the lab scale and pilot scale bioreactors. And the second training was in Thermo Fisher Scientific. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we could not do a hands-on experience. It was changed to an online course instead. And finally, you will be having preparations for interviews. So they'll be teaching you how to attend the HR interviews and the technical rounds. And after that, you'll actually have the interview drive, placement drives. So different companies will be coming over here, and you'll be sitting for those placements. And so far, the Biocon Academy has got a success rate of 100%. So everybody who has actually appeared for the course has been offered a role through Biocon Academy. So again, this brings us to the question that why is Biocon Academy doing this? So this is so Biocon Academy is a not-for-profit organization. So basically what that means is this is not done for profit. It is part of the corporate social responsibility of Biocon. So for every course that you are actually applying for, you only have to pay about 25 to 30% of the total fee of the program. The rest will be covered by Biocon. Biocon Academy also is responsible and is responsible for creating awareness in colleges about the requirements that are there for from freshers in the industry. And they've also worked with certain universities to make sure that the curriculum that they have is more focused towards allowing freshers to be more employable in the near future. So, for those of you who have completed your bachelor's degree and are planning to join the biopharmaceutical industry, there are two programs that are available in the near future. So, there's one program that is focused on QCMB, Quality Control Microbiology, that is going to start in February 2021, and the flagship program of biosciences is going to start in June 2021. So for any of you who has any doubts, you can directly contact the Biocon Academy team. You can go on their website and you'll find their email address as well. You can send them an email. Alternatively, you could also contact me through LinkedIn, and I'll try to make sure that I can help you as much as possible. Thank you.
Participants, you're open to questions, so you can unmute yourself and address your questions if you have any to so.
Okay, so I believe there is one question from Bihan about what are the different programs that are there. So yeah, okay, just a minute. Wait, let me just stop presenting. Okay, so as I've already said, there are 4 different programs that are there for freshers. Okay, so the first program is going to be the bioscience program, which will focus on all the different departments that we have just talked about. Quality control analytics is a program that will be there only for those who have a background in chemistry and biochemistry. And this will be mostly focused on helping you to apply for quality control analytics role as well as quality assurance role. Clinical development is another program where it is going to be offered by the KGI team, Kick Graduate Institute, and you can apply for mostly in the clinical development side. And then finally, we've got the microbiology program, which is mostly focused on your quality control microbiology. But you can also, some of my friends, as I've said, have also gotten roles in production and QA and R&D as well in the microbiology side. So those are the four programs for now. Okay, so Prateek has a question, I believe. He has raised his hand.
Yes, sir. I have a lot, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, after completing my UG, I would like to do master, sir. So could you please say me which is the best career to choose after UG?
Sorry, so your question is you want to do a master's after
Yes, sir.
your undergraduate degree.
Yes, sir.
So you want to know which is the best career to choose after your undergraduate degree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
As far as my knowledge goes, if you want to go for a master's degree, you can go through any career. There is no specific requirement for going for a master's. So you just need to look at the university that you're willing to apply for. They usually have certain exams, such as the GRE exam, or you'd have to sit for the IELTS exam or the TOEFL exam. Then you'll be supposed to write a statement of purpose why you're interested in that particular role, and there'll probably be an interview as well. So,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
do you have any other questions?
So, Zishan, I have one. So,
Okay.
light on what are all the prerequisites to get into all these programs from Biocon Academy, and we have to give any exams or what are the procedures?
So for the different programs, as I said, only the quality control and analytics program has a prerequisite for you need to be a master's in chemistry or biochemistry. Other than that, you can apply after BTech, you can apply after your master's. That is not an issue. So after you can directly go on their website and apply. What happens after that is you'll have to attend an HR round and a technical round. Once you clear these two interviews, you'll be in.
So basically, we have to join after our BTech.
Yes, you can do either way. As in, like, so how it works is most companies do prefer BTechs, but there are some roles like QA or R&D which usually have a preference for master students. But
Yes,
again,
sir.
the preference is only based on some companies. That is not a universal preference. You can still do a QA position in some other company if you get
So
selected.
actually, we are freshers. Means, this is our first year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to complete our UG, then we have to apply for these programs, isn't it?
Because it's going to be a full-time program. So you would
Okay.
have to complete your UG and then you can apply for this program.
So is there any requirements of grade points or something like that for minimum
Uh,
requirements?
I believe there is, I'm not exactly sure about that. You can go on the Biocon Academy website, but I believe there was a requirement of about 70% grade. But again, yeah, you can go on the Biocon Academy website and check once.
Okay, sir.
Sir, in order for us to enroll in these courses, we'll have a technical and HR round. Is that so?
Yes, Siddharth.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so I think Bihan has got another question here. I meant like California, Ramaya, and others, which you told about. Okay, yeah. So when you go for the bioscience program and the clinical development program, these two of so as I've said, you've got different approaches in teaching. So apart from all the other things like industrial training, you'll have faculty visits, facility visits, guest lectures. You will have something called as online coursework. So this online coursework will be offered through different universities. So in the case of bioscience and clinical development programs, the university that is going to apply is going to be and the university that is going to offer is going to be Keck Graduate Institute from California. For quality control analytics, it is going to be Ramaya College of Arts and Science. And for applied industrial microbiology, it's going to be BITS Pilani.
So, Zishan, are there any kind of internships available there during our undergrads for the Biocon side?
Yeah, so if you are interested to go for an internship in Biocon, I do believe that if you go on the Biocon website, you can, there is a separate page for internships. You can actually have a look over there and check, you can apply over there and check if that helps you out. As such, there are no internships in Biocon Academy that I'm aware of, but you can apply for internships in Biocon.
Sir, I just have a question. After a BTech, if we are placed and we are working, we can do these courses side by side, right?
Actually, this course is going to be a full-time course. So for those 4 months when you are going to be working in this course, you would be required to completely focus on the course.
Okay. Will it be online or?
So it's going to be on. So as I've said, there are many parts to this course. You'll definitely be required to go to the Biocon Academy office in Bangalore.
Okay.
It is going to be online, but you will have to sit at the academy office over there. And then after that, you have the facility visits, you'll have guest lectures. So all that will be facilitated through the Biocon Academy office. But right now, I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. But after the situation gets under control, it's probably going to be under completely on in the academy office.
And for us to prep for the interview and the HR round, where do we prepare from, sir?
So it's all going to be very basic questions that you have already been taught in your bachelor's degree. Is going to be about clinical trials, preclinical trials, biofermentation, and it's all going to be really basic. So if you just are thorough with whatever you've been taught in those 4 years, you should be able to clear through.
So what is your suggestion for us undergraduates doing biotechnology, BTech in biotechnologies?
So suggestion in the sense, can you elaborate on that question again? Sorry.
So actually there are many headings that the scene of biotechnology is not quite good in India. So what should we do to get a better job opportunity placement and for our careers?
See, as I said, the problem with biotech in India is it not only in India, it's around the globe. It's a very regulated industry. So they expect you to have some information before you actually come and apply for those particular jobs. So that is what Biocon Academy is trying to do in training you to be more qualified to apply for those particular jobs.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
it will make sure that we will get proper training and whatever knowledge required for our job opportunities, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. So that is what they do, and then you'll have an interview placement drive where different companies will be coming. And so far, Biocon Academy has got 100% placement record. So that is also.
Okay, sir. The placement will be through Biocon Academy.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Pratik, you had a question?
Yes, sir. Sir, are we eligible to prepare the medicines after completing our UG, sir? Or do we have to go for any other PG courses like masters or something else?
So when you say preparing medicines, do you mean the production side of the biopharma industry?
Yes, sir. For in the production side.
Yes, you can apply for production roles after doing your BTech. That is not an issue.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I guess queries are there. If so, you can just put it in the chat box or just raise your hand.
Okay, I think there is one more question about my LinkedIn profile and contact number and email. I think you can directly get that from the Techamania team, or I'll just put my email address in the chat box here. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So before we wrap it up, just a last question from my side. So, what will be your message to the freshers? And yeah, so what should be that? How they should keep going with their career? Like, what is the motivation?
So the motivation would be there are lots of opportunities. Like you can obviously go for your a career in academics, or if you choose industry, just make sure that you have a good idea about what you want. Do some research if you want to go into the industry. Do some research into which particular department you're interested in. If you want to go for a production based career, or if you want to go into an R&D based career, or if you're interested in working between teams, you are more interested in investigations and those things, you want to go for a quality assurance role. So just do your research, make sure where you want to go, and then you can apply for those particular roles. Okay, so I think we have
Yeah,
some
there's
other
a
questions as
question
well.
in the chat box.
So, what is the eligibility to work in Bharat Biotech and ICMR like that? I think if you have a bachelor's, that should be bachelor's in BTech degree, that should be more than sufficient to work in any company as long as you have the knowledge that they require. And there's another question. Yeah, so we have to go to Biocon at Bangalore to receive the course, even the online course. So okay, so how it works at the moment is it's everything is being done on a work from home basis because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But once this situation is under control, yes, you have to go to the Bangalore office, and there that is where all the coursework will be done dealt with. Yeah, the online part will be given by KGI. Yeah, so it depends on which course you actually apply for. As I've said, there are 4 different courses. All these, so 2 of those courses will be given by KGI. So yeah, if you go for those courses, you'll be getting a degree, a certificate from KGI as well, and you'll be getting credits for those for the coursework that you're doing. And let's say if you want to go ahead and if you want to apply for a master's degree in the US, you can actually use those credits in that particular program as well because this is a US based or university. Yes, the bioscience will be delivered by KGI, California.
Okay, so I guess that sums it up. Yeah, thanks a lot, Jisan, for coming up and being a part of this.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
I guess our attendees have taken some inputs from this session. And in case they want to communicate with you in person, then the mail ID and the phone number is up on the chat box. Participants can take a note of it. Also, with the permission, I can share your LinkedIn profile with them
Yes, that would be fine.
so that they can communicate in their own pace. So thanks a lot again. We are glad to have you here today with
Thank you for inviting me and for the warm welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you guys for being a wonderful audience. Bye.